Hey, what's up, guys? We're back in the dyno room again. So this is Johnny with JCS Performance and the $1,000,000 question. So there's a lot of videos out there. I want to explain a little bit more about the $1,000,000 question, which is PowerVision versus ThunderMax. This has been going on for some time now. I'd like to explain to you guys the difference and why we choose to use PowerVision. It's not that it's a better system. It's just that's what we choose. So right now we have Hassel's motor. So this is a used to be a 103. It is now a stage 4 110 Screaming Eagle. This motor work was performed at Desperado Harley Davidson in McAllen. So it's Screaming Eagle 255 cams, Screaming Eagle cylinders, pistons, heads, some Reinhardt exhaust, and some Bassani mufflers. So what I wanted to do is show you guys the difference on both tuning systems and what comes with it, what hardware comes with it, how does it work, and then I want to show you guys the actual tuning software, and then want to show you the graph on the before and after. This motorcycle was already tuned once with a ThunderMax. So we were having a small issue with the rear exhaust turning cherry red hot. So we did contact ThunderMax. They did respond through emails back and forth. And so that's another thing I wanted to talk about. So ThunderMax has a response system where you can have to email them back and forth. There's no calling. I wish they would have a kind of like a program or some kind of an app or something for dealers or shops where they could call and somebody can actually talk to someone. I understand they get high volumes of calls and stuff, and they're trying to limit all the calls and stuff, but it is very important for someone like ourselves who are tuners or a motorcycle shop and has questions. It's always best to talk to somebody. Versus PowerVision, you could call them. Yes, they also can respond with emails, and they probably prefer using emails, but it's always good to call and talk to someone and explain to them over the phone versus doing a long ass email so you can explain to them what's going on and what questions you have. But right now I'm gonna get set up and show you guys the different tuning software. All right, so these are used, and so we don't have the box to kind of do an unboxing or anything, but let's start talking about the ThunderMax. So the ThunderMax retails right around $1,115, and that is a price we got from the Drag Specialties catalog. So with the ThunderMax system, you completely remove and replace your ECM with the ThunderMax ECM. It comes with your front and rear wideband O2 sensors. So with the wideband O2 sensors, the ECM, the ThunderMax ECM, reads live of what's going on. Now, this does have a auto-tune system, but a lot of people have some misunderstanding that it adjusts by itself. It does not adjust itself. It'll read. You have to put it in an auto-tune mode. It'll read it. When you come back, you have to download it into the computer, then back into the ECM, and that would give you the updated tune that you did as your auto-tune. I myself do not like auto-tune. I like to go in there and move things around, but that is a feature that this system has as well. A lot of people think that using the auto-tune gets you close, but I myself as a tuner feel that it does not. It's always best to dyno tune the motorcycles. You do need a cord to go from the ThunderMax ECM to your computer so you can do any kind of moving the maps or doing anything to your maps. So now we have the original PowerVision system. So this PowerVision is, if you buy the whole system, which comes with the screen, you have the option of buying cables to go to multiple bikes. So this one comes with one license. This one gets married to your motorcycle. The ThunderMax does not get married to your motorcycle. If for some reason you're gonna trade in the motorcycle, whatever the case is, you're gonna sell the motorcycle, you can remove the ThunderMax system and reuse it or sell it and try to get some of your money back. With the Power Vision, the license gets married to that motorcycle and has to stay on that motorcycle. The screen is removable and you can transfer it to another motorcycle if you buy another license. So this is an option you have, and the Power Vision from Drag Specialties at the moment is $666.65. So another option that you have is getting a Power Vision license. So this is a USB that we put your original license that's on the motorcycle on your ECM now, and then we put a your updated dyno tuned license tune in here as well, and we give you this, and that is yours. We don't lock it. A lot of people lock them, so you have to go back to them. We don't lock it, so in case you want to dyno tune it somewhere else or get some motor work done somewhere else, you have the option to go back in there and retune it. So these are the systems. Now this one also has an auto tune. Like I said before, I myself don't like using an auto tune, and the same thing with this one. You need to put it in an auto tune base, let it run, go ride the motorcycle. When you come back, you have to switch that over. There's a lot of videos out there that show you how to do that, so I don't want to go into big details. I just wanted to show you the difference. So right now what I'm going to do is show you guys the software on the actual computer and show you guys the difference on the tuning capabilities. All right guys, so we're going to start talking about the ThunderMax system first. So basically, well, let me show you. This is, I guess, the main page when you open up your software. So that is basically only the stuff that you can move on a ThunderMax. So if you open it up, let me see, if you open up the front cylinder, so it's throttle position, TPS, and these are the RPM. So you can go in here, right, and let's just say 1024. So this is where you have to move each one of these individual little dots up or down to get to where you need it to be on the fuel on the front cylinder to that RPMs. So to me, it seems like it's a little time consuming moving the dots up and down. And yes, you can click and highlight and move it and stuff. You can also do that as well. I understand that. So then if we go close that, that's the rear cylinder. Here's your idle curve. So here is where you can adjust your idle speed, right? So if we click on it, here's where you adjust your idle speed. And then if we close that one, here is your air fuel ratio. So fuel versus boost, well, we don't have a turbo, and air fuel ratio versus engine temperature, and that's about it on the air fuel ratio. Ignition timing, so the timing, same thing. Boost, we don't have a turbo. Timing versus engine temperature, and timing versus engine speed, which is the one I like to mess with. Again, you're going to move these little blocks up and down to get you to where you want to be. And then there's other air fuel ratio, throttle position, and then your basic settings, right? So you click here, this menu opens up, and you get to adjust all that. So that is the main adjustments. Then you got to go in there and kind of move all those little dots like we said before. So for me, it's a little time consuming. So yes, like I said before, you can click and highlight each block and move them, and there's ways of moving several blocks at the same time. But what I wanted to explain to you is that's basically your menu right there and then. Now there's ways to get maps, downloaded maps, and have a map, like a base map to choose from. So that's one advantage right there, which the Power Vision also has that system. So what I want to do now is close all this, and so here is the Power Vision. So if we open up, let's just say, okay, so that is Hassel's last tune. So if these are all the stuff you can adjust with the Power Vision. So many things that you can move. And the more you click, it opens up more and more doors. So all these are things that you can adjust and fine-tune, and so you can move air fuel ratio, you can move RPM, your idle, you can move let me show you your VE tables, which is your fuel tables, throttle position versus RPMs. So another one I really like to mess with is the air fuel ratio table. So I like messing with this one because it helps you out on the long run. Most of the times you hear me down low, it's 13.8, 13.7, and up high, like in the highway speeds, you're looking at 14.4, 14.1, depends on your RPMs and your throttle position. So these are all the stuff you can move with the Power Vision. So this is the reason why we like to use Power Vision. So it's not that it's a better system, it's just that this is a system we like to use. So what I'm going to do now is get set up and show you guys the graphs on the before and after. All right, so here is the end results, and like I had said before, is that this was tuned, same motorcycle, same exhaust, same cam, everything identical. The only difference was one was tuned with a ThunderMax, which is this one right here. It did 96 horses, 116 torque. There's our graph, and I think it stopped right around 5,800 or so, a little bit around 5,700. So then we did a little bit of, we installed the Power Vision and we did some tuning with the Power Vision, and we ended up with 98 horses, 125 torque. You can see the difference right there. And it carried even farther, around 64, 63, somewhere around there. So you can see where it just carried out. Really nice difference there. And the rear exhaust is no longer turning cherry red, and temperature came down about almost 30 degrees. So it made a humongous difference in the heat. So anyway, guys, I know this video has been a little long. I just wanted to explain to you guys the before and after and why we choose Power Vision. I hope this helps out somebody who is trying to figure out which system to use. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. We have more cool videos coming soon, guys. Thanks for watching.